Hello, everybody. I'm in a different place today. Hopefully this will work. I'm going to see if I can get you a little bit lower. There we go. Okay. I think we're set. I might move this light just a little bit to the side. There we go. More behind the camera. So, okay. So we're going to be working on the guy a little bit more today. So let's see. Oh, I need to get the picture up. Oh no, I have it up. It's right here. All right. I hope you guys are doing well today on this Wednesday. There we go. All right. Oh. So what needs to happen is I need to these spots aren't finished yet. Last time I worked on the ground and the sidewalk. And then there's just kind of a little bit of sky left up above, but I think I'll focus on this area today and see where I get to, and we'll go from there. So, I think what we want to do, it's not going to be much here, but I'm going to be kind of doing a bunch of stuff around the painting to just enhance it as I go. But let's just start by mixing kind of some of this color, because we need that stucco wall to come over here. Oh, this tree isn't finished. So we'll see what we can do with that. Oops, getting all my basic colors out here. Purple is always a good one to have out. All right. Oh, I always go for these blues. I need these blues. Phthalo and ultramarine. It's good to have one of each. Let's see if I can make. Oh, actually, there's sort of a highlight. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of stuff happening here. I'm seeing lots of little things that will need to happen. Actually, let's start with the top of our stucco building in the background. Oh, can you see that? Am I blocking that? Probably. There we go. So I'm putting in this section here, but then I want that color like I have on the other side. Excuse me. To kind of come down. Oh, and actually that we can see that in here. Okay, now I don't remember at all how I made that color before, but I know how to make similar colors, so we're gonna go for that. Let's see if this is at all. Oh, it's not bad. Needs to be redder. Yeah. Now there's some like greenery happening back here, but I'm just not sure if I want to put them in because it might be distracting. So you have to kind of decide what's worth keeping, what's not. If anyone's working on anything exciting, please let me know what you're working on. I would love to hear. Definitely in a weird stage of having to figure out. Oops. Like what's worth keeping, what's worth not keeping, what's worth getting rid of or just not putting in. Like all these things I want to kind of think about. And I've got the main pieces of this painting in there. So I just have to figure out what is going to be worth putting in. tricky balance between what's important, what's not important. I always tell my students, like, the background of a painting is just as important as the foreground. And it's always hard to figure out what does that look like for any given picture. In the background, um, it's kind of this color. But again, it's in the background. I don't want to worry too much about, individual chunks of leaves so much. Because I want the focus, here. And so anything in the background, I can just really not worry as much about. Because I don't want it to be a big deal, Now, what is happening here? I might need to come in here with that same green. Right in here. It's not really the same green. Let's fix that. It's more kind of brownish on this side. So we're gonna make it look kind of that way over here. I think we want like the darker values. In here to be quite dark for hinting at that sort of window door thing in the background. And over here a little bit. Oops. A little too dark, maybe, right there. Okay. It's feeling more finished. I still might hint at some of that green leaves and stuff down below. Having trouble getting the right color. Yeah. So I have found this really inspiring art creative podcast, and it's called Art Juice. And it's these two British ladies, I think they're both British, living in the UK. And it's just very genuine topics and conversation, and super, super inspiring to me in kind of the stage I'm in. And just really good, and they're funny and they're genuine, and it's really quality. So if you're looking for a good podcast, specifically for artists and creatives, that is a good one. So you can check it out. Art Juice I'm listening on Spotify. You can probably find it in multiple places. It's gotten really good ratings. I think it's definitely up there in good podcasts, but it's so laid back. And honestly, I feel like they're speaking to me. You know, like the two of them and my thoughts together are like one. So I've loved it. And they have amazing accents, and so that just makes it better. I'm just kind of putting in just little things I'm seeing that are adding a little bit of detail. Things that are catching the light. Okay, now this other tree, let's take a look-see over here. I want to finish the tree first before I do the background over there, because it is a little bit combined. Peanut butter pretzels are one of the best things, so don't mind if I do. Okay, this has lots of light sprinkled in here. Yes, I said sprinkled. Starting with a coat. Again, this took layers. I don't know if I did that on a live stream, but the greenery the vines on that tree is just like lots of layers. So it's going to need a lot of that. A little bit of some brighter pieces in there to kind of keep it interesting. Got a little variety. Maybe we'll pop that down in here. Actually, there's probably too much of that down in there. Some really light ones to kind of, I probably don't want to go too light that far away. I'm going to think distance here. It's definitely catching the light over in here. And then definitely over in here. We're getting some little pieces that kind of glisten in the light. It doesn't have to be nearly as detailed as this one, because again, it's farther away. I think down in here, I want to just put in a few pieces that kind of capture light a little differently. I think I tried to do that at one point and ended up a little bit too fuzzy or something. Yeah, because that pulls it forward from that background greenery. Okay, now let's go for some deep red or greens here. Get out the dark red. Oops, always a good idea. Because red and green, when you mix them together, make darker versions of themselves, each other. So actually, we want to kind of create a brown, because there's definitely a brown color showing up in this area. Actually, this should be, oh, and that is not brown. I tell you, sometimes brown is probably one of the hardest colors to make. Okay. It can be the easiest color to make and the hardest color to make because it can accidentally happen on your palette. And other times it's like you can't make it to the life of you because it's just like such a specific type of brown. So we're going to make an orange and add white to it. Then from there, you can add maybe a green, blue, something to neutralize it a little bit. Let's see if that's what I want. Oh, that's better. It's a little too yellowy green, some more red. Come in here. Put down a little bit of a highlight color on this branch here. And then on this one, I'm trying to make, I've got too much thick paint on it. Might not stick. Oh, there's a little bit. Okay. Put little pieces up in here of some warmth. I don't like that branch coming around there, but I can soften it later. Just putting a little bit of that in there. Oh, I was gonna make, or did I make a dark green? It's not fully green yet, but this color, I want to darken some of these shadows in here. With a little bit more darker green. Yeah, that's much better. And I don't, that corner over there is confusing because I think I want it to be really dark and pushed back. Nothing too obvious. So I think I'm going to and I want those leaves to really pop. So I'm going to just put this sort of dark gray color back in here. Sure. Ooh. No. I was trying to make that color, but it didn't work out. Okay, now basically for this painting, I want to really work with push and pull of colors and light and different things. And so I'm noticing that if I want this to really pop in here, the sidewalk is just, the colors are not working for me here. And it might be because I'm in slightly different lighting, or I don't have great lighting or something compared to last week. But we're gonna give it a try here. See if we can kind of fix it. Not fix it, but just we're gonna prep it a little bit more with the glaze of a slightly lighter color. Like as if, yeah, look, see, as if the sun is hitting that sidewalk a little better. It doesn't have to be changing it dramatically, just enough in there. Okay, and then let's fix some of these rocks in here too. I think I intentionally put a shadow there, but I'm gonna skip over that. Okay, then the other thing I want to do is also create a glaze over, it's not the right color, but I tried. Over the sidewalk. It's a little bit more, not quite so warm. Or dark, honestly. It's still warm. I just don't want it to be quite so dark. I feel like the sidewalk over there is a little higher, or the little wall is higher than like over here. So I think we need to fix that. Raise this up a little bit more. Okay. Hey guys, welcome. Thanks for joining. Whoa. Need a little bit of brown on these stems over here. I'm gonna move up a little bit. While you're here though, hey, Audrey and that fluffy kitty cat. Thanks for watching. Just kind of doing some like here and there with this painting to try to finish it up, so to speak. It's like my least favorite part of the painting process. I started this with a bang and now I'm kind of like, but it's so close and there's a little bit of like excitement to know that it's like almost done. But it's just some of the weird steps, you know? So there's some little sort of sunspots on the tree here. I'm just going to come in, add a little bit of that. In case you guys didn't notice, this is live stream number 50, which means in 2 weeks, November 6th at 7 p.m., and it's a Friday, I will be doing my 52nd live stream, which means I've been doing a live stream every week for a whole year. So that's exciting. And so we're going to celebrate. I'm going to do some art. I'm going to do a giveaway of some art and other things. So mark your calendars because you don't want to miss it. November 6th, that Friday at 7 p.m. Starting at 7 p.m. I'll probably go till 9 or so. Ooh, there's this nice, I have this nice gray from whatever I did over there. So I'm gonna be able to put that kind of up in here. That's actually enough to just bring out the warmth of the branches just a little bit. Getting a little bit of glare, so I have to move my head around. This is too bright, too bright. See how these ones are kind of dulled down? Because I don't want too much contrast towards the edge of my picture. That was something I learned actually probably more recently, is that you don't want like too much dark contrast next to the edges because it draws your eye away from where you want it to be. So let's see. Some brighter little sunspots that are warmer. I want to keep those pretty warm. Where did I see that other one? Up here. Man, I've got too many colors on my brush. It's a little frustrating. Oh. Okay, that's better. Getting a little bit darker blue or green off in the distance here. And, I have to apply what I know about like colors that are farther away are lighter and bluer, cooler, and colors that are closer and be warmer and brighter. And things that are closer are sharper and more contrast, and things farther away are less contrast, blurrier, less detail. So I'm kind of trying to play that push-pull game. So like back in here, I want this to be pretty blended and soft. And then Yeah, and it has a little bit of a cool feel to it in the distance. And then up close, so these trees, well, we've got some layers happening. We got the background, this middle ground here, and more of the foreground. So each layer has to get clearer and clearer each time, which is tricky. Really tricky. Whatever this color, this sort of gray color I have is like perfect. I'm loving it. It's like cool enough that it's pushing things farther away. Oh, and let me just real quick in the comments here put the 52nd stream is November 6th, 7 to, what did I say, 9 p.m. with a giveaway. So there's that for you guys. If you are interested, I will be giving away art and I think a book or two, and we'll see what else I come up with, but for sure those things. All right. It's going to be an interesting process to try to figure out how to blend, like how to get it to be unified. Because like up here, it's quite messy, but it's looking like the way it's supposed to, which is messy. But as an artist, I need to figure out like, okay, so yes, it's messy, but I want my eye to go here. So then what do I do to get that to do that? Blend, soften everything else. So I might attempt to go up here now. So I'm going to tip you guys up. And we'll try this. Bring you in maybe just a little bit. Oh, wrong way. Sorry. Everything's reversed on the camera. Go up ever so slightly. There we go. Okay. So you can see like the darks and the lights, what's closer, what's farther away. Like that's the stuff I need to figure out. So I'm going to zoom out from my picture pretty far. Oh, they're going to let me? It's not going to let me, people. Because I have paint on my hands. Oh no, there we go. Ha! It went really small. Okay. So I think what I need to do to make this actually do what I want it to do is I need to blend that background a little bit more. So I'm going to take white and I'm going to blend it with my, oops. I want to make kind of the greenish blue colors that I've been liking. Oh, I had blue. The gray colors. I'll give you a little sampling here. So I want white. Oh, I'll grab some of this purple and some of these blues and just kind of grab stuff. Sometimes what happens, you just sort of grab the colors you have left. Now that's way too blue, so I want to, with my yellow. Oh man, I am making a mess. Look at this. Ketchup and mustard, guys. I try to pride myself on my cleanliness as a painter. Not doing so hot today. Okay, now I've got a weird color, but it's closer. We're getting there. So I don't want the colors to be like crazy bright. Let's see what this looks like up against here. Actually, it's kind of pretty. This is where I'm going to do a little bit of finger painting. Because I want to just kind of give it a little bit of a hazy look. You know, just a little bit of a hazy look. I could be, hope I'm not ruining it by doing this. Audrey, that's funny. I love it. If my hands weren't covered in paint, she says, was I really painting? Yeah, I know. I'm weird in that way where I don't know. It's not like I'm a clean freak by any means. But when it comes to painting, it's like I like to keep the paint where I can see the paint. If that makes sense. So that I don't like have it in places where I don't want it to be. I think maybe I've had a bad experience with like oil paint or something, and it was like on my pants, and like then it's on the car seat on the way home, and then it's like touching your nice shirt, and then it's whatever, it just touches all this stuff, and I'm like, if I just tried to be cleaner, I wouldn't have that problem. But also there's like a time and place for being messy, and obviously like right now I'm letting myself stay messy. But you do you, get messy, girl. Get messy. Okay. I need to like add a little bit of it like in some of these areas, but I don't want to lose like the warmth of some of those spots. So it's definitely a hard balance to figure out, where do you put this weird gray blue? And of course I'm running out of that paint. Ooh, I kind of like that. It's kind of a smoky look. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of glare, so it's like hard to know if I'm...
Please log in through the Google Home app.
Did it think I said, "Hey, Google"? That was kind of freaky. Did you guys hear that? Oh my gosh. It kind of gave me a heart attack. I'm kind of home alone, so I freaked out. Oh gosh. You probably saw the sheer shock on my face. Oh my gosh, it was freaky. Oh, you heard it? Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was freaky. Whew. I don't know if I said anything close to "Hey Google," but anyway. Whew. Okay, I don't know if this is doing what I want it to do, but whatever. Just kind of putting it in. Oh, maybe a little too much there. It's really, really hard to tell how this is, if this is going the way I want it to go. I really like the purple I put in last time. I don't want to cover that up. Okay. Oh, I want to maybe soften some of this. I just feel like some of those highlights are a little too, or the background, the blue something is too much. And this color is perfect for dulling down the edges of the contrast. I think whatever I did over there helped. And now I'm seeing it as a whole. It's like, okay, you can see that this is this tree that's closest to us. So I think that's helpful. Very helpful. But I've just got weird spaces. I think I just need to fill that in. But with what? What do I fill it in with? Did I just get paint on my light? I'm getting paint everywhere, people. I guess we need another peanut butter pretzel. That's what we need. Okay. I think it needs to be, I think this tree, okay, it's going to be an in-between. It's not going to be this dark, it's not going to be that dark, it's not going to be this light. It needs to be like in between. Okay. Yes, Audrey, snacks solve a lot of problems. That is so true. I'm addicted to snacks. Oh gosh. Like we buy these from Costco, the big things of these, and we get like two or three containers every time we go. And especially like nowadays when we don't go to the store as often, it's like we gotta stock up. Because I eat these like you wouldn't believe. It's funny because we were buying them when I was pregnant. And they were okay, you know. I was like, oh, I'll have a few, but man, as soon as I was like not pregnant anymore, it was like a reverse craving. I thought they were the best. I still think they're the best things now that I'm not pregnant anymore. I'm like, these are amazing. But before it was kind of like, yeah. But man, we stock up. I'm probably holding on to like 5 pounds because of them. It's okay. It's okay. Everything will be okay. Because we have snacks. I'm not a huge snacker during the day, which I guess is kind of nice. Because I do like eating just in general. So like meals and things. I like to eat good food, you know, but man, when the evenings come around, I'm just like, give me the snacks. Like I'll eat anything and everything. Like if I've been eating really good all day trying to eat healthy or something, it like goes down the tubes by 7 p.m. I'm just like, okay, forget about it. Peanut butter pretzels. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just putting this color up here. I've at this point abandoned my reference photo almost entirely. But see how that's like a little bit darker than these surrounding greens? That's perfect because it needs to be kind of an in-between. And I can put some variation, but let me just get rid of the orange right now. Just gotta cover it up there. Because the only reason I want the orange is for it to like sparkle through in spots, and I don't want it to. It's confusing when there's too much of it up there. Yes, Audrey. Yep, it's really dangerous. And you know, not that these are like healthy versus unhealthy. They're probably middle of the road, but it's like of snacks we try to buy that's not like, so we don't have like complete junk food in the house. You know, we have a lot of like Chex or trail mix type things with nuts and dried fruit, and those honestly are my weakness. I do like that a lot. So you can at least feel better gorging yourself on such things. But yeah, it's tough. Okay. I shouldn't say I'm home alone. Tobias is sleeping in the next room. But he wouldn't be much help if something happened. Okay, this corner is kind of weird, but I guess we want it a little bit darker. Okay, it's looking much better. I think there's going to be some areas that I'm going to have to pop with a little bit more dark. But I think I'm like when I'm done with my session today, I think I'm going to, like I can call it done. But then I'll have to put it up like in a spot in my house so that I can look at it from a distance for a few days, so that I can really assess like, okay, what do I need to do to make this actually a finished, completed painting that I'm happy with, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not happy with this stage, but that's what it takes sometimes to actually, feel confident saying, this is done. And I've definitely enjoyed doing this painting a lot. And I think, as odd as it is in terms of like subject matter a little bit with the types of trees and things, I'm just like, I've been attracted to weird looking trees lately. I was even out today in my parents' neighborhood driving around, and I'm just like, there's some weird looking trees, especially now, and like half the leaves are gone, but the other half is still like there, and you still have green and yellow and red. You just got all this mix of stuff happening. It's like there's a lot of just quirkiness in the trees. It's kind of cool. Quirkiness in the trees. So I think that's why I've liked this particular painting or photograph that I took. And I was like, it's got weird trees in it. Which makes, I think, it all the more difficult to depict when it looks weird. Like, I think painting something that looks weird already makes the painting look even weirder sometimes. So you have to be a little careful as to what you pick to paint sometimes if you're painting for more realism. If you're not, then whatever paper you want. But for me, I often paint from something that's inspired me or that I find interesting. And like an example of that would be painting a field of grass. Like a field of grass, just a field of grass with the sky is like could be abstract on its own. Like in the picture, it's grass. But if you were to take that and paint it, it's like you'd have to be like really accurate and really realistic for it to look like grass. Otherwise, if you just like kind of do it, it's going to be like, did you just paint a bunch of like lines on a blue background? Like, I don't know. Maybe unless you're an artist, you wouldn't get that. But yes, Audrey, good point with the mirror, like placing it. That's it. Yeah, and I think I've done that a few times. I don't have. Well, no, that's not true. I was gonna say I don't have a full mirror, full size body mirror, but I do in our spare bedroom. That's a good idea. I should try that with this one because it's so big that even to get like far enough away from it, I'd have to go, 3 blocks away. Or yeah, taking a photo of it is another good thing that I've noticed helps too, because it kind of flattens it enough that you're like you can see where the issues are. So taking a photo, posting it to Instagram, being vulnerable that way can sometimes be like, okay, yep, we got to work on that. I don't know what this thing is, but yeah. I sometimes get to like a corner of a painting and I'm like, what do I do with the corners? Like sometimes I don't know what to do. That's how I feel about the edges. I'm like, let's just paint in here and avoid the edges. Oh, I just don't feel as confident with painting those edges. Oh, Audrey, since you're listening, I don't know if you were here earlier on, but I was mentioning to everybody that I found this new podcast called Art Juice. And it's these 2 British ladies. They're actually, I think they're in their 50s, mid 50s, that have this whole art. They probably have, I don't know, 86 or something episodes is what I thought I heard or saw somewhere. I've only listened to 4 episodes, but they're so good. Like I felt like they were talking to me as an artist and as someone who runs an art business and trying to sell my work and stuff like that. So I would check it out if I was you, because you might like it. And they're funny, they're down to earth, they're realistic, they're laid back. I really appreciate the podcast. So yeah, Art Juice. Yep. Really, really, really good. Lots of good topics. I've only, again, listened to 4, but super good, in my opinion. So I'd be curious to see what you think of something you listen to of theirs. But they kind of go through some inspiration that they each had. They're both I think they both do kind of abstract work in oil and acrylic and stuff like that. but they've got accents, which is just like makes it. And I love like the UK, and I love that culture, and I love tea, and and they talk about stuff like that, and they talk about art, and they talk about how to just get pumped up with your art. It's great. So I would check it out. It's just really, really good. And I was literally like in the car trying to find a podcast quick before I was driving to go teach. And I found them. And I was like, oh my gosh. The first episode I listened to was, I think it was How to Sell Your Art Online or something. Something like that. And yeah, I think that's what it was. Super good though. Because like I've always struggled with, some artists can just like sell their stuff online. And I'm just like, I never, like, it's a part of my art that I haven't, or my art business that I've never been able to kind of do. So it was kind of encouraging to just hear from them and their experience and what they recommend and all that stuff. So it was great. It was good. Really good. No, sadly, they did not talk about stickers. I don't think. But I'm sure that who knows? Maybe there's an episode that they do. Then that would just make it for me. Because like I feel like every episode I've listened to, they're like speaking my language. They're talking about the stuff that I'm thinking about as an artist, and when I'm painting and when I'm making art, it's just so relatable to me. So good. So I'd be curious to hear what you think. But I might have to call it a night because I get to this point of the evening and all I want to do is veg, as in watch something. And I have covered the places I want to cover on this painting. Let me back you up so you can take a peek. Oops, sorry. And tip down a little bit here. I should honestly back you up even more so you can see the whole thing. You'll see my mess, but oh, I can only go that far. Oh wait, no, I can go farther. Can you see the whole thing? There is the whole thing as one. It's big. I don't know how big it is. I actually didn't measure. But it's like, I think it's at least 3 feet. And it's probably, maybe it's 4 or 5. It's like 4 or 5 tall and 3 feet wide. So kind of big. And I honestly was kind of making this for myself, for my own house, unless someone really wants to buy it. But so I kind of have a specific spot for it. Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. It's massive. It's not the biggest canvas I've painted on, though. I've painted on, oh man, I don't even know how big that one was. I have a Maroon Bells picture that I did for my in-laws. And that's the biggest canvas I've ever painted on. And that's like, it's definitely another 2-3 feet on either side, maybe bigger than this. Well, I don't know, another foot wide, another 2 feet tall, something like that. Huge. There's something about big canvases that I like. I like going big. But of course, you have to have big wall space for that, / people will want to buy big, which can be an issue. So, anyway, I will stop talking and call it a night. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And again, November 6th at 7 p.m. November 6th at 7 p.m. Sorry, I forgot my mic was over there. I will have my 50-second live stream with a giveaway. So mark your calendars, tell some friends, whatever you want to do. But I'll be giving away some art and some other artsy things. So don't forget to tune in. So thanks for commenting and thanks for watching. And I hope to see you guys next week. And then the week after that is the live stream, 50-second live stream. So we'll see you all then. Thanks, Audrey. Thanks for watching. All right. Bye.